Hello, this is Whispering in Blue. Today I'm going to be reading from one of my favorite little books. It's called It's Not Easy Being Green and Other Things to Consider by Jim Henson, The Muppets, and Friends. I believe that we form our own lives, that we create our own reality, and that everything works out for the best. I know I drive some people crazy with what seems to be ridiculous optimism, but it has always worked out for me. Jim Henson. It's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it might be nicer being red or yellow or gold, or something much more colorful like that. It's not easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. But green is the color of the spring, and green can be cool and friendly if you like. And green can be big, like an ocean, or important, like a mountain, or tall, like a tree. When green is all there is to be, it could make you wonder why, but why wonder, why wonder? I am green, and it'll do fine, and I think it's what I want to be. Kermit the Frog. A list of good things about being a frog. Being green. Sitting in the sun on a lily pad. Having thousands of brothers and sisters. Going to the hop. Playing leapfrog. Having bears and pigs and dogs and chickens as your friends. Getting kissed by princesses hoping to turn you into a handsome prince. Here in the middle of imagination, right in the middle of my head, I close my eyes and my room's not my room, and my bed isn't really my bed. I look inside and discover things that are sometimes strange and new, and the most remarkable thoughts I think have a way of being true. Here in the middle of imagination, right in the middle of my mind, I close my eyes and the night isn't dark, and the things that I lose I find. Time stands still, and the night is clear, and the wind is warm and fair, and the nicest place is the middle of imagination when I'm there. That's by Ernie. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. It's by John Denver and the Muppets. I wish I had a coat of silk, the color of the sky. I wish I had a lady fair as any butterfly. I wish I had a house of stone that looks down on the sea. But most of all, I wish that I was someone else but me. Hi there, Gonzo. What a lovely place this is. Yeah. What's the matter? I don't have a coat of silk, but you still have the sky. I don't have a lady, but there goes a butterfly. Now I don't have a house of stone, but I can see the sea. Now most of all I guess that I am happy to be me. I'm happy to be me. That's by Gonzo. Sometimes I have trouble falling asleep, but it's not so bad. I don't worry and I don't weep. In fact, I'm glad, because I get up off my pillow and I flip on the light. I get down and I get hip in the still of the night. I stretch and I yawn, and then I breathe real deep and dance myself to sleep. I hoof around my beddy, just a tappin' my toes. Before I know what's happened, I'm a-ready to doze. Got some partners I can count on, called the Boogie Woogie Sheep. I dance myself to sleep. That's by Ernie. There are places that contain you. There are corners in your soul. There are plastic lamentations in your life. But when you're on the inside of the outside of your thought, do they restrain or do you stay yourself? Now the inside of the near place is the outside of the far, but you can only face your space one way. You're really in the middle of the inside of yourself. It's a guitarist from The Cube in 1969. Whenever there's a dream worth a dreamin', and you want to see that dream come true, there'll be plenty of people talking. Say forget all about it. Say it isn't worth all the trouble that you're going through. Well, what can you do? You can't take no for an answer. You can't take no for an answer. You can't take no for an answer. No, no, no. What you gonna do when times get tough and the world's treating you unkind? You've got to hang on to your optimistic outlook and keep possession of your positive state of mind. And that is by Dr. Teeth. Well, when the path is steep and stony, and night is all around, and the way that you must take is far away, when your heart is lost and lonely, and the map cannot be found, here's a simple little spell that you can say. You've got to face facts, act fast on your own. Preparation, perspiration, dynamite determination, pack snacks, make tracks all alone. Don't be cute, time to scoot. Head out to your destination. Chase the future, face the great unknown. That's by Gobo Fraggle. This frog has a song to be sung. This frog isn't gonna spend his life in a swamp, catching flies with his tongue. This frog may slip and stumble, but this frog tries again. This frog will never grumble, but fall to rise again. This frog is staying with it, like a tick sticks to a dog. I'm gonna win. You're gonna love this frog.